Good afternoon. I'm Amber Flowers, and this is my persuasive speech. In this speech, I'm going to try and encourage everyone when you're the age of 21 to get your CWP, which is your Concealed Weapons Permit. In this day and time, there's a lot of different opinions about guns and weapons in general. Most people are completely against carrying weapons on them at any time, much less all the time. Although people have many valid reasons on why you shouldn't carry guns, there are also a lot of benefits to carrying them. So in this speech, I'm going to try and inform you about why you should carry one and how it benefits you and it could benefit others around you. First, I would like to talk about general safety benefits. When people see that someone is carrying a gun and has their permit, they automatically know that that person has that right to do whatever is possible or whatever is needed to protect themselves and others around them. So it helps for others to not try and commit harmful crimes or harmful doings to that person. If you or someone you know is out and they have their concealed weapons permit, then they're allowed to protect others. If you're out and someone is being attacked and they have no way to defend themselves, then you have all rights. If you follow the correct procedures, which is why if you go and get your CWP, you have to take a class. They have to train you on when to use it and when not to. When you have your CWP, you can carry it at any time as long as it's allowed. If you go out in public to restaurants or Walmarts or anywhere like that, if it doesn't have the paper that says you cannot carry it in there, then you can. When someone is certified, they also can't have any felonies, they can't have any mental issues, and when you go to get certified, the police or whoever's doing the certification checks your background, everything. So when you get certified, they automatically know that you're a good citizen and you abide the law. It is said that in a study by Doden in 2011, according to the study carried out in 2000 by John Lott, showed that ownerships of guns help reduce crimes in society. The study showed that states that had permitted concealed weapons and allowed their people to carry guns, they had lower rates of crime than the states that did not. When you are certified, you are less likely to get into criminal activities. That is said by the same man. He said citizens should be allowed to carry guns as they are less likely to get involved in criminal activities. The reason you do not is because you've had to go through background checks. The police officers, anyone who gave you that ability to carry that gun, they put their trust in you to know when to use it and when not to. So you're less likely to try and go out and do a criminal activity. There's a lot of reasons that you should have it. It not only benefits you, it benefits people around you. So lastly, I'm going to tell you about how it can protect you and the ways that it has protected people in the past. And a man in Philadelphia was walking down the road and heard gunfire. And what happened was there was a gunman that walked into a barbershop and got into an argument with somebody and opened fire on a lot of people in the barbershop. So the man that was walking by was certified. When he heard the gunshot, he immediately went into the barbershop and seen that the man was opening fire just on everyone, so he shot the man. Well, of course, he ran off, but the investigators eventually found him. And what happened was he ended up being known as the hero. Because if it wasn't for him, all those people in there would have been injured or someone could have been killed. But luckily he was there and he was able to stop it by shooting the gunman. Not only that, on the news it was reported that a police officer almost did the exact same thing. He was there and there was a gunman and he was able to solve the problem that they were having with the gunman because he was able to fix it with his gun. because the criminal, of course, noticed that there was a man there who could shoot him. He didn't. Who could have. So he decided not to. If you think about it, there's a lot of cases where there was, in school, kids who walked in with guns and were shooting up schools, or the guy that walked into the church and shot up all the people in the church. It was also reported that if there would have been somebody who was able to carry their gun with them there, because in that state they could not, then it was shown that he could have been stopped. So not only is it a way to protect you, but if you have your concealed weapons permit, then you can protect others. It not only does all that, it is also shown that if you get pulled over by cops, most cops, they do their job. They are there to make sure that you follow the law. Others, immediately, they will assume that you are in the wrong. But if they pull you over and you're allowed to hand them your license, but also you hand them your concealed permit, then that shows them that you've had a background check, you have no felonies, you are a citizen who abides by the law. So immediately they feel more comfortable, they don't feel threatened by you, of course that you have a gun, but you also have a permit and you know how to use it. So that shows that you are trustworthy. I also seen an article where it was by a man named Findley, and it was in 2012, and it was called Why I Carry and You Should Too. He said, I chose to personally take immediate responsibility for my family and my own safety at all times. So if you're a man, I would advise you to get your CWP so you can protect your family at all times. And if you're a woman and you're by yourself in public, those are the times that nowadays you need some kind of protection. So in conclusion, after all that I've informed you about guns and your CWP, your permit, so you can have it at all times, I would inform you to get it, and not only that, I would inform you to tell other people to get it. That way, more people can be protected and less crime can be done. So the next time maybe if you have it and you're out in public and something goes wrong, maybe you will be known as the hero. You will be the person who was able to save other people's lives. So I encourage you to do it, and I encourage you to tell other people. Thank you for your time.